Our thought would be that you were raised in a somewhat racist environment, but you don't like your dad. So in order to screw with Dad, you dated a black guy, and then he broke your heart, and now you're back with Dad.
Right.
Aha.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
It's true.
A little bit of a rebellion thing, but I've always loved my dad. I've never not liked him.
Yeah,
But your dad's a little bit of a racist.
A little bit.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yes. Well, what do you mean? I said it, Drew. You just paused. Please.
I didn't correct you. It was exactly what I was
Kick me in the shin?
No,
Come on.
what I was going to say. I'll let you say it.
Joe?
But that's a sort of a typical pattern that some people go
Yeah,
through.
your dad's biggest nightmare would be for you to date a black guy.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the best way to rebel? Date a black guy, right?
Right. So where are these feelings now coming from?
Well, they came from you growing up with a guy who was racist.
He was a racist. That's right. Yeah.
Not technically a racist.
All right, but Joan, he has negative feelings about.
He just don't like the
people.
black guys.
Yeah, he's otherwise not a racist.
Like me dating them.
All right. Whatever. But
Okay.
you've heard him say negative things. Just him not liking you dating dark-skinned people doesn't necessarily mean that he would have to say negative things about them. But I'm sure he did, and that's what's going through your mind now.
So now I'm giving in to their feelings. I'm not coming to my own conclusion. Is that
You're not really working in reality. You're not separating from your parents. You're not deriving your own sense of yourself, your own sense of other people, dark, white, whatever. And it's time to grow up. Your dad's a racist. That's his reality.
Right.
He's also probably kind of an a-hole. That's who Dad is. It's okay. But you don't have to be a racist, too, because he is.
All right. Very, very smart there, Drew. Serenity, sleep
Yes.
with any black guys in the porn industry?
No, I haven't.
No?
No.
Racist.
Oh, God. Look at that. Already labeling me.
Why not? Where are all the black guys?
Where are they? Oh, they're in there.
Peter Paul and Mary song? Where have all... Drew, you don't want to join in?
No.
Yeah, but never made it with one, huh?
The ones that are in the industry, their parts are too big.
Oh, really?
Me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also have never slept with Peter North,
Oh, really?
or Rocco.
The
Their
decorator?
Parts are too big.
Peter North's not that big, is he?
Yeah, he's
Really?
big manhood.
Too
Yeah.
much for you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I know my limits.
You know Peter North's work?
No.
They call Peter North the decorator because he has like
likes
a
furniture?
novelty penis. No, you know, you go to the gag store and you could buy those squeeze bottles that have like it says mustard on it, but it just has a bunch of yarn in it.
Yeah.
A bunch of yellow yarn. You
Yes.
squeeze it, a big long stream
Yes.
just keeps piling out of there.
Yeah.
If they had like a mayonnaise container, am I right? Is this guy
Yes, no.
superhuman?
Yes, absolutely.
What is that?
I don't know. Why? How does that work, Drew? I mean, this guy produces
Liquid?
more liquid. I mean,
All the time.
all the time.
Consistently.
I mean, repeatedly or just one time?
I've never yanked him off like 3 or 4 times in a row, so I don't know. I did twice, and then I went and smoked a cigarette, and I think I fell asleep in the van.
So he has
What?
like giant seminal vesicles.
I don't...
Storage
Is
unit.
that what it is?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, back me up on this, Serenity. I think I have an expert here. What comes out of this guy is about 4 to 5 times as much as a regular guy, and
You know what?
4 or 5 times the
least.
distance.
Do we have to have this discussion?
I know, but is this bizarre?
Yes.
It is. And he can do this in... Can he turn it around in 24 hours or 5 hours or...
I'm not sure, but I believe, I may be wrong, but I believe he can do it again within the same day.
Yeah.
Because he does do multiple scenes in the same day.
Yeah. How's that work,
Can I
Joe?
go home now?
How does that work? Cassidy,
Hi.
you're 14.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
Oh, nothing much. Let's see. My boyfriend. Let's see. I like kissing him. Like he likes kissing me, but it's French kissing. He doesn't like it, and he says it's really gross. And I enjoy it, but he doesn't. So.
Yeah, people have a funny thing about that sometimes.
The French kissing?
Yeah.
I don't like it in the adult movies. I'll tell you that right now. That should be eliminated. Thank God they only use it sparingly at the beginning. It's always a little weird. The guy's like, piling on top of this woman, and then they kiss, and I go, oh, come on, now you crossed the line. What is that? How old is he?
He's 14, just like me.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's a really nice guy, and he's just like a lot of guys my age are just. There's something about them that I don't like, and he's pretty much perfect.
Is he your boyfriend?
Yeah.
Well, it's just that's his preference. So you just got to learn to kind of work with that.
Okay.
It's nothing wrong with him, nothing wrong with you.
Yeah, he may warm up to it too, because 14 is It's right about the age where you start turning the corner.
Is he sort of a real fastidious guy? Real cleanly and orderly and that kind of thing?
Yeah, but I mean, he gets kind of naughty sometimes. But I mean,
No, I don't mean. I just mean he's perfectionistic.
Does he wash his hands a lot?
Right.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Not him.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Don't worry about it.
No.
You're fine.
When did you lose your virginity, Serenity?
When I was 13.
13?
Yeah.
All right, let me do a little
Radio
let me
math.
do a radio math here. Long pause, radio. 11 and a half.
No, I told the truth.
13?
Yeah,
Really?
13.
Yeah?
Not exactly proud of it, that's why I paused.
Well,
I mean, I don't regret it. It's just
Where,
awfully young.
Most 13, 14 we talk to regret it.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't regret it. I
you
don't regret it.
You know, it's a weird thing in our society. I'm not trying to paint you in a corner, but there's plenty of things I regret. There's weird things that
Well, there's
people
lots
go,
of things I regret.
I shouldn't have done this, I shouldn't have done that. You regret it? No, I don't regret it. I don't regret anything.
I truly don't regret it. It wasn't what I was expecting. I was kind of disappointed,
Wasn't
actually.
that good?
No, I was like, that's it?
How old was the guy?
19.
Uh-oh.
19. 21?
24.
Oh, true. Oh, poor Serenity.
No, no.
Where are you from?
Where am I from? Pretty much all over eastern United States.
But you're,
Started off as an Army brat.
uh-huh. All right. True?
Yeah.
You got any probing questions for Serenity?
No.
Ashley,
Yeah.
you're 15.
Yeah.
What's going on?
3 weeks ago, I kind of passed out over a friend's house, and he raped me. And now I'm pregnant, and I told my mom about it, and she said that it was my responsibility to get rid of it.
Oh, my God.
And I have two questions, really. Number one is, like, how much would that cost? And number two, since it's been 3 weeks, and I didn't really find out, like, right away, is there anything I can do now to, like, get him put in prison?
How come you didn't know about it?
Because I was passed out.
Why were you passed out?
I took ecstasy.
Ecstasy doesn't make people pass out, usually.
No, you stay up all night with that stuff.
What?
I took 4. Plus, I was drinking heavily.
Okay.
Ashley, it's more like you tried to kill yourself over at your friend's house. You took 4 ecstasies?
Yeah.
right,
four pills?
Yeah.
So clearly, is your dad an alcoholic?
No, it's not.
Mom?
No.
Where is the alcoholism in your family?
Nowhere really.
Well, who's screwing up in your family beside you?
Nobody.
Huh? Where's your
Well-
dad?
He's at home. He lives with me.
And your mom and dad are together?
Yeah.
And you have any older brothers?
I have an older sister.
Where's she?
She's still at home.
Yeah. She have any kind of substance problems?
Nobody in my family does, but I do.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to get. I don't want you to, Adam, I don't want her to feel guilty for having been raped. I mean, she didn't ask to be the victim of a violent crime. But this is part of the consequence of your addiction. These kinds of consequences and the kind of reckless nature of your substance use does suggest a real problem, and you've got to look into this, Ashley.
Who is the guy?
His name was Steve. He was just an older friend of mine.
Well, how
old?
How do you know it was him?
Because that was the first time that I had sex, and there was nobody else around.
But I thought you didn't know you had sex.
I just kind of put it together because I knew that I passed out there, and since I'm a virgin, or at least I just kind of put it together.
But how do you know somebody else didn't stop by?
Because there was just nobody else there.
But you were passed out.
I'm just pretty sure.
You were at a party or just at your friend's?
Just me and him.
You just went to your friend Steve's house?
Yeah.
Has he said something to lead you to believe that's what had happened?
Actually, I haven't spoken to him since.
So you haven't confronted him about this?
No.
How
Do you know-
old is he?
He's 24.
Nice.
I think that's Serenity's old boyfriend. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Hold on.
Different things here.
I got to talk to my peeps here. 15, goes over to the guy's house, just her friend, 24, takes 4 hits of ecstasy and a bunch of booze, passes out, now is pregnant. the guy's 24. What the hell's she going over there with the drugs for? What? It sort of started a little different, but
but you know, it's the usual story.
Ashley.
Yes.
So it was just you and Steve over at his house.
Yeah.
You need to file a report.
How are you friends with the 24-year-old guy?
I don't know. I just kind of met him through friends.
Oh boy. And okay. All right. So what's she? This was 3 weeks ago.
Yes.
All right.
All right. How about visiting Planned Parenthood or someplace like that? Here's a number. It's 1-800-230-PLAN, P-L-A-N. I would definitely call the police and ask what their advice is in terms of collecting necessary information to file a report.
Isn't there a rape crisis center here?
I've got I got a rape line for you.
Well, wait a minute. What city are you in?
Baltimore.
You got the Baltimore office, Drew?
I've got an 800 number.
You do?
It's 800-84...
Hold on. Ashley,
Yes.
you have a pad and pencil there?
No.
No. Go get one, would you?
Okay.
Oh, hold on. As we'll go to commercial and we'll come back. And
Okay.
Well, wait a minute. What do you want to do here, Drew?
You have a pen and paper?
She has a pad and paper now.
Ready?
No, she's not ready.
Ready.
All right,
Drew,
800.
Drew, you're like sitcoms. You know, the sitcoms, they go, anyone want a cup of coffee? And they go, all right. And then the person walks out of the kitchen and come back with a big tray of coffee.
800-843-5200.
843-5200.
Right, and 230-PLAN, P-L-A-N. And you need some...
230-PLAN.
P-L-A-N. You need some help, Ashley. I mean, this is heavy-duty stuff all the way through. Every piece of this story needs some work, from the substance to the older friends to the victimization. Let's turn it around right now and get this back together again and move on with one's life.
What, anything like this ever happened to you before?
Yeah. You had to have been victim before, Ashley. You had to have been.
What happened before?
Nothing. This is the first time. This is...
Ashley?
Yes.
Must have been some victimization. Something.
Well, nothing like this.
Well, tell me what your idea of what was not like this.
Because mostly I would just, be with my friends, and because my friends I really trust, but this guy...
We mean earlier. There's something, anything? Dads, uncles, physical abuse, alcoholism, anything?
No.
Huh?
No.
Nobody ever hit you?
No.
But I don't believe a word Ashley says
by the
when
way,
it comes to...
ask if anybody ever hit me.
Anyone ever hit you,
No,
Drew?
absolutely not. No.
Hey, Ashley.
Yes.
Listen, it just seems like we know this kind of stuff doesn't really happen, just sort of floating out in a vacuum.
Well, the 24-year-old friend went out with drugs and stuff. That is enough for me.
No, people get raped, but I just mean you're not going over to the 24-year-olds to take a bunch of drugs and drink a bunch unless something else is going on.
Yeah.
All right? So you got to look into that stuff, too, so it doesn't happen again, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Take care of yourself.
Call those numbers.
Okay.
All right. All right. That's a class act. And what about your 24-year-old Serenity? You ever press charges against a guy or anything?
Oh, no. He was actually my steady boyfriend at the time. I mean, seriously. It wasn't...
Yeah, but now, don't you think of it now when you look at a
Think about
24-year-old guy dating a 13-year-old
Or you're a 24-year-old girl dating a 13-year-old guy. Imagine what that mindset is.
obviously from his point of view, it should have been different. But from my point of view, it was someone I trusted. It was someone I went out with. It's actually someone who I maintained a relationship for 2 years thereafter. And even though it was wrong as far as ages, it wasn't a bad experience for me. But it was a very rare, and I would never recommend it.
But isn't the guy flawed? I mean, doesn't that make you flawed as a human being to be 24, 25, 26, going out with 13, 14, 15? Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely. I know what you're saying. I would die if my daughter did that.
Right.
I would die.
Okay.
All right. You have a daughter?
No.
Okay. Good. Don't have one, because I've done this show. She's going to do it. Have 8 boys. All right, we'll take a little break. Serenity is here. She's a adult film star, and it's Drew. You have the throw up countdown. I may vomit before the show's
Oh,
up.
really?
Well, not yet. Not yet. I just want to give people reason to tune in.
Look, yeah.
Do I?
Yeah.
Don't I normally have that
you know,
pasty
you're
look?
right.
Thank
You're
you.
right.
Okay, we'll be back.
94.7 NRK.
Hey, it's the Loveline. Serenity is our guest tonight. She's done 60 adult films for, not all for Wicked, by the way?
No, just in the past 3 years now. But I did start off with Wicked.
And when you get signed, is essentially like a contract player.
Exclusive
To like Wicked, you do 6 films a year.
Mm-hmm.
You get paid set amount a year.
Mm-hmm.
And is it for a multi-year deal?
Actually, on this year, we haven't figured that out yet.
Do you have an agent and an attorney?
I have my personal manager who manages my contract, and then, of course, I work with the company on that.
Stu Gisman? That'd be a good name if you're handling adult film stars. Hi, Stu Gisman. Is it it is a big fat Jewish guy?
No.
Yeah, his parents would kill themselves. And so you bang out the details. See, everything has a double entendre, Drew. And you do 6 of these films a year.
Yes.
And can you pick and choose?
I pick my scripts, and then we find a director who wants to direct them, or sometimes the director will actually hand in the script, and then work with him on trying to make the project come together.
Are these scripts getting thicker? Because they used to be kind of
was
thin.
like an 80 to 90 page script, I believe.
Really?
I mean, it was pretty darn thick.
What are all the abbreviations in there? You know, the girl.
That's
the
GG.
Yeah.
BG is boy girl.
Uh-huh.
BJ is blowjob.
Right.
BGG. And then you have like boy girl, everything, goes from there.
What's the...
An A means anal.
Uh-huh.
So if it's like a BGA, it's a boy girl anal.
So, yeah, it's the BBA is the ones you really got to look out for, Drew, when you're reading the porn script.
That's a different company.
Yes, the B, and then the A.
I see.
The BA, those are the ones you got to look out for. And so when you're reading the script and it says Jake and Sheila made love in front of the fire, will it then say BGA?
Right. It'll have the setup, and then below that it'll say like commercial scene number 2, and then it'll have underneath that what that scene is. With those like a
letter
BGG
designations
or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what are some good ones like an orgy one or?
Is that the kind you like?
One involves say urination or something. What's the biggest orgy you've done?
The biggest orgy is in Indigo Delta, which you have in front of you.
Well, let me see it.
Yeah, that's a really cool movie. Everybody dies in that movie, by the way. It's really cool.
Really?
Yeah. I killed them all.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I won't
psycho.
have the sound up, so it's all right. But don't ruin it for me. How big orgy is there in this here?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there's like perhaps 8 to 9 people. It's an anal orgy.
Oh, anal orgy.
Mm-hmm.
Drew, have you ever been involved in one of those anal orgies?
No.
Yeah.
Can't say I have.
I'll tell you, you're really missing out. You are missing out. Oh, well, wait a minute. Oh, hold on. What was that? Revelation from Dr. Drew. 8-person anal orgy?
Yeah.
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 I'll tell you, I'm not into that.
Okay, well, then you shouldn't watch that
butt
scene.
Stuff. Yeah, it's I find it disturbing. My ass starts to hurt after a while. All right, Drew, you ready to move forward here?
Let's go.
Jennifer?
Yes,
You're 17.
sure am.
You ever been in a 8-person anal orgy?
Not lately.
Yeah, it's been a while, yeah. You gotta get back on the horse, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what's going on, Jennifer?
About a month ago, my boyfriend of 6 months broke up with me. It was the day after my senior prom. I graduated about a month ago. So the day after my senior prom, he went with me. He broke up with me the next night. It was unexpected. I had no clue, and I thought that everything was fine because he pretended everything was fine. He was happy, smiling, laughing, whatnot, and just everything was perfect. And it was quite a shock to me when he broke up with me. His reason was he was unhappy, and that's all I could get out of him.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm sure that I really want him back. I want to try it again, but I'm kind of unsure of, like, really what happened, of why he could act like everything was so nice and perfect and then break out with me the next day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You want us to talk to him?
You want to kick his ass for me?
We'd just like to get to the truth, you know. What do you think? You have his phone number?
You can't call him.
You can't? Why not?
Kill me.
No. Well, wait a minute. How long ago did this happen?
We broke up about a month ago.
Oh, okay.
Why do you think he'd want to come back?
Yeah, and you're considering letting him get back with you
Well,
after he dumped you?
he wants to
Hold on. I got a revelation. All the girls have dumped me over the last, let's say, 15 years? Now's your shot. Come on, baby. Those of you who've gotten married or have kids or moved out of the country, I'm wide open. Let's go. You can get back with me now. True. You're going to have to man the phone because it's going to be ringing off the hook.
Yeah, why do you think he's going to come back?
It's not that I think he's going to come back. It's that I would like to get back together with him.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, no, that'll do it. That's enough.
Jennifer, he's gone. He's gone.
Yeah. Any guys off like 90210 or anything you want to get with?
No, I don't watch
How
none.
about that Jason Priestley? Why don't you get with him? He's good looking. He's got a lot of money.
So,
Huh?
as I haven't watched that show in a long
Oh,
time.
all right. Well,
How old is she?
It was just kind of weird.
17. Hey, Jennifer.
Huh?
Hold on. Earth to Jennifer.
Yeah?
Now, the guy dumped you.
Yeah.
It means he's done.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want to be in the relationship anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you can't get back with him.
Fine.
Huh?
You know, he acted like everything was perfect and fine.
That's what you thought was going on, but that wasn't what was going on, was it?
Nobody else saw it coming either.
Yeah, well, it was. That doesn't matter. It's reality.
Jennifer, if the Hindenburg landed on you, you may not see it coming, though. Well, hold on a second. I got to talk about this, Jennifer. Imagine Jennifer not seeing something coming, everybody. Are you floored? No one saw it coming, therefore...
It didn't happen.
We're still together. Yeah. What about, like, I don't know, what would she do if she got, like, cancer or something? Just go punch the doctor?
Right, no one saw it coming.
No?
Couldn't be happening.
Hey, goofball, listen. You don't see many things coming because you're a little, you don't tune in real well.
Yeah.
I don't know, you're in a lot of denial over this. I don't want to be cruel, but the guy broke up. All right, it happens. There's nothing wrong with you. You move on. You get another boyfriend.
Agree.
Okay, but don't go back with him.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you wanted to, I don't think you can.
There is no back.
There's no back. He broke up with you. All right?
Yeah, I totally agree.
Okay, Jennifer. So just move on. You're fine.
Oh, boy.
Wow. What a way to go. I'd like to be that way for a change.
In life?
Yeah.
Massive, abject, total denial.
I had a dog that died about a year ago. I could go back. I will go home and open a can of food, put it out on the porch tonight, you know?
Get him back.
Sure, he'll be any day now. I didn't give him permission to kick off.
She's just confused.
No one saw it coming.
I know.
Adam.
Confused, that's all.
Adam.
I know, but what, it was that she's 17. She graduated from high school. I mean, she's
I know, but
pretty
he
far out
didn't
of
give
it.
her a reason, so she just doesn't know.
Hey, I'm sure.
But as you
she
get
would've
older, you
argued.
learn that you don't need a reason.
She would have argued with any reason he'd given. That's probably why he knew better than to do that. He'd been with her for 6 months.
No, but Serenity, you've dumped a few guys in your life,
Yes,
right?
I have.
And go ahead and explain to our listeners that when you make your mind up,
It's time.
that's it.
It's just time.
That is it. And the women will try to be nice, and they'll tell you, it's not you, it's me, and maybe it won't be forever.
You have
Maybe
nice women.
maybe we can get back together at some point, but right now I need a little time off. I need time to think. I got to regroup. No, I'm not saying never. I'm just saying right now. But what are they really saying when they're saying that?
It's just time to move on.
Time to move on. And everybody, listen to the bottom line. I don't care what reasons anyone gives you for anything. The point is are they there or are they not? You know what I mean?
Well, sometimes it's not one reason either. Sometimes you're just not matching up.
Whatever the reason is.
It is. Whatever
Right,
it is.
exactly.
It is. It's like you go to the door trying to sell somebody some steak knives. They slam the door and you don't have any money in your hand. Could have been my uncle's upstairs. He's calling me. Could have been I'm vegan. It could have been the phone is ringing. Could have been whatever. But here's the deal. Go to the next house. That's all you need to know. And you'd be an idiot if you just stood there and waited, right? All right. Let's see if we can squeeze in another call here. Greg?
Yeah, hey guys.
You're 14.
Yeah, called last night about the Pennywise thing. And
Oh, right. No.
today was another...
What do you have, like a hotline number here or something?
No, I just we're bored.
Wow, you have like a speed dial on your phone?
No, I wish I had one of those. I had to dial so like my fingers sore from pressing the readout.
What's your question?
Well, I was kind of concerned. I mean, everybody loves Adam, and I was kind of concerned about his leaving because now he has his own show, and
That's right, I'm a big star.
I've been kind of like because there have been like all these hints about like when you had Kenzie on, you were talking about how she'd make a good get. Like you'd like to have her as a co-host, and also like I mean,
Right.
those different combinations. Just Drew alone, and then it was like Stryker and all those other people, and they were like.
I don't know
rumors
what the
on
last
internet.
5 words that came out.
Stryker and all
of
those other people.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah.
I'm curious. What's going on?
Greg must be from Tucson.
Where are you from?
Maryland.
Maryland.
Oh,
Okay. Good. Yeah, same place, Drew, really. What's going on with me in this show? I'm totally committed to it.
He's signed up.
Except for not quite as committed as I was a few years ago, but still committed enough for all you idiots. And I'm not going anywhere, unless things really work out. I don't think I'm going anywhere.
It'll take more than 2 years, though, for that to happen. So
I'm here. Don't worry your pretty little heads. All right, Serenity is here. Serenity is, speaking of me being a big star, is going to be featured tomorrow night on the Man Show, 10:30 on Comedy Central. And you can see her delivering another household hint, this time where she dumps a whole glass of red wine all over her big, buxom chest. So we'll take a little break, and we'll be back after this.
You have 5 seconds.
Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
2.
Back in a minute.
1.
Hey, it's the Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew over there. Serenity is our guest. Serenity is a veteran of over 60 adult films. She's currently with her friends over at Wicked and has herself, well, I'll tell you, if you guys like anal orgies, Indigo Delta is the movie for you. Hey, these things are really looking good. These covers look good. Jeez,
Really cool movie.
I'm feeling bad, too, because, I'm feeling like a little lightheaded, like I'm getting nauseated.
Look at his colors better. See it?
I'm coming back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it. That's my soul leaving.
Your soul left a long time
As
ago.
we started talking about construction during the break, and I got excited for a minute.
That's what it was.
Don't worry, it'll pass. All right, so Drew wanted to know what a shear wall was, by the way. I know there's a bunch of kids listening who don't care, but I'll just talk to you through the mic.
Yeah.
Shear wall is where you take a framed wall, like the exterior of a house that's been framed with 2x4s.
Yes.
And the 2x4s are usually spread out, 16 inches on center, which leaves like 14 and a half inches in the bay in between them. And you take this half-inch plywood and you put it on the outside of it, almost like it's drywall, but on the outside of the house, and you just nail the hell out of it.
Why is do most houses have that?
Newer houses do.
Okay.
And older houses, some of them do. I mean, not real old, only if they've been retrofitted, and that just makes the wall so it doesn't rack, in an earthquake and collapse. You know what I'm saying? All right. Lisa.
Yes.
Lisa, you're 20.
Yes, sir.
What's going on?
Well, first I want to say hi to everybody. Hi, Serenity and
Hello.
Adam. Just thought I'd be polite here.
All right.
And I have this ex-boyfriend. I have a son with him. My son is 7 months old. And we are still friends, and we still talk, and he's still very active in our lives. But he gets into trouble with his girlfriends. Like, he's had 2 of them since we've broken up, and he broke up with me when I was 7 months pregnant.
Yeah.
Nice.
I would like to cut that guy's nuts off, by the way.
No, I really, really respect him for it.
For what?
Why? Because I'd rather him break up with me then, and then wait until I have the baby. And
That's true. You're right. Yeah.
And
Why do you think so?
what's going to happen between us when nothing was going to? And
Yeah. You got to respect the man for that.
You think so low of yourself, though, Lisa. Like you're expecting him to leave. At least he chose a good moment.
Hey, let's see.
What's the
Where's
deal?
your dad, Lisa?
My dad is at home. Probably about. Actually, now he's in New Orleans, but that's a different story.
Yeah. Was he in your life growing up?
Very much so.
All right.
Why is he in New Orleans now?
Job. He got transferred to New Orleans with his job.
All right. So, so this guy left and you're 7 months pregnant, but that's all right.
Yeah, I wasn't fine with that at first, but then I just grew to respect him.
Well, like I say, you got to respect it. You got to respect it, Drew. You may not like it, but you got to respect a man.
Massive denial we're dealing with tonight.
You got to respect a
Well,
man.
at least he's being honest.
Yeah, there you go. Huh.
I mean, really, why live a lie?
Has he knocked up anyone else?
No, he hasn't.
Because, you know what, there are... I mean,
Drew, you don't respect him at least? Come on.
He got a girl pregnant. And
No, I understand that. I'm not saying that he's being a responsible adult. I'm just saying at least he's being honest.
But couldn't he...
Well, listen, people that kill people are being honest. I mean, according to that. I mean, it's like, I hate you, and I got the guts to do something about it.
That's psychotic. That's a little different.
Well, I'm honest. I hate you, and I'm going to do something about it. I'm not going to be in denial. I'm not going to be insincere. I'm going to kill you.
But I mean, why prolong a relationship that's not going to work?
Thank you.
That's
But
reasonable.
now the question is whether or not he'll step in and still act like a father in some way.
He has to.
And he still comes over and sees his son. He still watches his son while I'm at work. He's paying for my doctor bills.
All right.
He's a great guy.
All right. How old is he?
He's 21.
And
great
what's he
guy.
do for a living?
Metal.
He builds signs,
Metal signs?
neon signs.
Builds signs. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And so he's what are you working?
I work as a waitress.
And you have a 7-month-old, or how old?
He's 7 months old.
Oh.
And so I work 4 days out of the week, and I'm home 3 days out of the week.
And he watches a kid all that time?
Well, on the weekends, because he works Monday through Friday.
And do your folks help you out?
My
Okay.
mom's still in town
Okay.
in New Orleans.
All right. So, good. You've worked it all out. Now, what's he doing? A lot of whoring around or something?
After he broke up with me a couple months later, he was feeling a little lonely, I guess, or whatever, and he decided that he wanted to date a girl that was 7 months pregnant. And he asked my advice on it.
Well, you got to respect that.
At least he's
Funny
traded.
how the number keeps coming
Yeah,
up,
he's
though.
traded one for another. It's a 1-to-1 trade.
Well, he's feeling lonely.
I was wondering, I told him as a friend, even though I still love him very much, I was like, I wouldn't do it because then you'd be taking care of 2 babies.
Right.
Even though that baby has a father of his own. And he listened to me that time. He didn't go out with her. They just talked about it. And
Right. Okay. And now what?
now he got himself into a little bit of trouble because he's dating his best friend's sister's best friend, and they all live together.
Best friend,
Well,
sister's best
hold on, though. Lisa, you do have to respect that, don't you? I mean,
yes.
he is dating his best friend's sister's best friend's best friend.
Well, it's all wrong.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, I agree with something Lisa said finally.
Yeah, all right.
Come on.
Listen, what do you care? This guy's an idiot, Lisa. What do you want us to do about it?
Well, see, the thing, because he still tells me that he loves me.
Oh, he's full of...
Well, you got to respect that.
Well, will you guys leave me alone?
No,
listen,
we're
this
not
guy's a
leaving you
jacket.
alone.
This guy's an idiot.
And it's not you that we're so upset with, it's him, but it's that you're believing his crap.
Give that kid away, would you? He's
Well,
got 2 idiots raising him now. You got a gullible mom and jackass dad.
I'm not gullible.
Oh, come on.
Massively caught in denial, Mom.
But it's just that, I believe what he says, and he tells me that he never lied to me. He's been nothing but honest with me.
He never what you?
Lied to me.
He never lied to you?
Every time he says he loves you, he's lying.
Hold on a second, Lisa. Who needs to lie to you?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to bang the neighbor in about 20 minutes. Why don't you watch the kid?
Oh, you have the respect to tell me that. Thank you.
I'm very straightforward. Yeah, well, you don't need to lie with Lisa. You can go right for the jugular.
I wouldn't believe that
Lisa-
he loved her.
Listen, if he loved you, he'd be with you, right?
I don't... Okay, the thing is that we know that right now we're not right for each other.
Lisa,
Right, because he's banging everyone else.
he does not have the capacity to love someone.
Right now.
Right
What do you
now.
mean?
Period.
What's wrong? What's wrong with right now?
What?
Young, and he's still very stupid.
Yes. And he has no capacity. Yes, you have glimmers of truth here come ringing through.
I know, but in another 45 years or so, he should come around.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying...
All right. I know. Wait, listen, we've been picking on you, but It's only because, here's the deal. Here's why you don't have kids when you're 19 years old, because you're stupid. I mean, let's face it. I'm not talking to a person who's stupid as far as IQ, but as far as experience.
Right.
You don't know what's going on. 10 years from now, you'll go, oh, this guy's an idiot. I don't have time for guys like this in my life. I've learned something. I've moved on. I've read a couple books. I watch a little PBS. I'm not going to deal with this anymore. But the only problem is, meanwhile, you got a 10-year-old. You mean you've had a kid raised by someone who's naive for 10 years.
And why people can't accept the fact that those first 6 years are so crucial. That is when the personality is set. And maybe even the first 2 years.
Right.
And if you expose the child to a bunch of idiots then, that's when you get trouble.
Well, forget about this guy being an idiot. What about you being an idiot? You know what I mean? I mean,
if you're not available properly, if you're not, there's something called attunement. If you can't attune to a child's needs or be empathic of the child's need, not what you think their needs are or what the child does to you, but what the child's needs are in the moment, if you can't do that, you are going to end up with a disturbed child.
Well, I know.
So now, is that referring to her? Because I didn't catch you on that one.
She would tell you. She would tell you she loves her child very much, and she'll do anything for her child. On the other hand, do you want somebody who's this far sort of out of touch raising kids? And Lisa's very far out of tune.
We can't even get her to even come into reality and have a discussion with us about the reality she's living with.
Right.
Let alone to be able to tune into a child's needs, which is very difficult.
Okay, so anyway, Lisa, I'm done. We're done picking on you. Take care of your child. Don't have any more, and don't think about this guy.
Right.
We don't trust him. He's not ready for anything. Do not listen to him. We'll take a break. Hey, it's Loveline. We're going to take a quick 10-second timeout, and we will be back with more Loveline in just 10 seconds.
This is Loveline on
Radio
Station. KNRK Hammond, Portland. New rock. New rock alternative. New rock alternative. New rock alternative. And 94.7 NRK.
It is Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Serenity, the adult film star from Wicked Pictures, is here. She has 60 titles under her belt, and
you keep picking up that one.
Whatever it was. I'll keep going. You got Indigo Delta. You got the Kissing Game.
That's the newest.
I'm out already with that title.
Oh, please.
The Sodomy Game I could see, but the Kissing Game. You got Crazed. She's one crazy mama.
That's a dark one.
This is dark, too?
This you'd like. This is a comedy.
Ooh, look
double
at you.
Feature.
Like you're going nuts. I'm looking at the back here. She's in a psychiatric ward.
Yeah, I go crazy.
I know, but
I go lunatic.
I don't want to see chicks going nuts. It's
a drama.
I don't want to frighten or confuse my penis.
Here, then go on to this one. Double feature. This is
There
why
you
I'm
go.
well-rounded.
Well, wait a minute.
This is a comedy.
I think we have this one in the office.
That one is hysterical.
So, you know, they dropped a bunch of Wicked dropped off a bunch of good movies over to my office, and they mysteriously all made their way out.
Does that surprise you?
Yeah, and it's great too. One of the girls from the office has begun dating one of the guys from the office, and I was talking to one of the girls today, and she said, "Yeah, I was over at Eric's house, and I found one of those Wicked tapes, and he was telling me how you told him to bring it home, and blah blah blah." And I was like, "Oh yeah, yeah." And I went and whacked off for him too. I told him to bring it home. I yelled at the guy 8 times, "Bring that movie back, you jackass! That's not yours." I love when folks give the version of how the porn film got to their house. First off, no one's ever bought one. I mean, if your wife or girlfriend or whoever finds a porn movie that you brought home, it's always, Herb brought in a whole bunch of them, and then I guess you put one in my briefcase or something. It's always you did not wait in line at the porn store, in other words. It was around. You know what I mean?
God.
Porn and drugs are the same way. There's somehow a big difference between buying them and using them. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody will admit to buying drugs. They'll just do the drugs. Unless they're really, really out there. Same with the porn. People never talk about it. It's just, it was lying around the office, and then, blah, blah, blah. Somebody...
I don't know. Our stuff is a lot of our stuff is couple-oriented, which means that I'll actually get the couples coming in, and
masturbate
the women...
twice. That's what that means,
and the women will actually pick out which one they want.
Oh, really?
Which is really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. You don't have to hide it.
Drew, listen, that's fine with me. Drew, what would Susan say about this?
Want to call her and ask her?
Not into that? She wouldn't mind that. She don't mind a little movie, right?
Probably.
Why don't you bring something home?
How do you know? Bring home double feature. It's a
Bring home
comedy.
double
It's really
feature.
light. It's nice. It's not.
Gather the kids up around the TV.
Well, I don't know if I'd gather the kids. I mean,
You know
it
what?
might scare them. The attack of the 60-foot dildo.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey,
it's really funny though.
Drew, bring that home. Have a laugh with the missus over the weekend there.
It's light.
It's light. It's good.
I would take that one home to her.
It's a puckish satire, Drew.
Contemporary mores.
Of contemporary mores. It's a romp. You'll enjoy it. Hey, take that one home.
It's
Come
even
on.
in letterbox.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. Black and
Jesus
white.
Christ. What, the whole thing's black and white?
Well, until you get to the commercial scenes.
And there's some nudity there, right?
Well, absolutely. It's a commercial scene.
All right. Julian,
Yes,
you're 15?
yes, I am.
What's going on?
Well, I'm going out with this girl, and I've had oral sex before, but
Oh.
I think I really like this girl, and I was talking to my friend, and she said that that girls don't like it if you ejaculate in their mouth, and I wasn't sure of the proper etiquette for oral sex.
As far as the ejaculation,
Yes. Is there a rule? Is there something you do? I mean, I've done it before, and I mean, normally...
You should be wearing a condom anyway, safe sex.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
That's it?
how much oral sex are you getting at 15?
15, two times a week? 2 times a week?
1, 2, 2. No. Yeah, and not including your cat.
Not including my cat.
Come on, you're not getting oral sex twice a week.
No, not twice a week. Once a week. You know
Who?
how lucky you get. You know.
Who? Your girlfriend?
I'm sorry.
Your girlfriend?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
No, it's not. I don't.
All right. Yeah. All right.
We're done with Julian.
All right. Yeah, we are. Yeah, you don't believe him?
But regardless, remember, condom.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Condom breaks, emergency contraception.
Really.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing in the industry these days?
Actually, Wicked Pictures, along with myself as a personal choice, have gone to an all-condom policy in our movies.
Oh, really?
So much so that we've actually have finished our public service announcement on safe sex.
Are you? Where do you run that?
Well, it's not currently running. We just finished it.
Do you run it on? Is it for TV or is it for the beginning
It's
of the movies?
It's for TV. I believe we're going to have it at the beginning of the movies also. Is that correct?
The beginning of the movies, there's some of them that run the national anthem with the big picture of Abe Lincoln. It's great. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's for free speech.
What is that all about?
It's like your right to whack is basically
Yeah,
what it is.
absolutely.
Do not let the man close us down. Bum, 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 bum. And again, there's American flag, there's a national anthem, there's Abe Lincoln, there's me with my pants around my ankles, and I'm thinking, okay, listen, I got to fast forward through this because I don't need Abe. God knows where Abe is right now, but I don't need honest Abe watch me with my pants around my ankles. This is not what he had in mind.
But it is an important issue.
Your forefathers fought and died for you in the Civil War.
That's right. Abe Lincoln wrote on a shovel. I whacked off into a hamper. That,
Okay.
right, Drew?
Yeah.
He was so poor. All right. Do you ever hear that about Abe?
He wrote on a shovel?
Yeah.
A shovel was his desk?
Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah, I know. I read a little bit about his childhood. His mom died because he lived in a house with one wall.
Well, actually, he had a couple. No way, you can't live in a house with one wall. The
It was
roof
a
falls
lean-to.
out.
There was no roof. It was a lean-to.
I thought it was like a 3-walled house, and
No, it
one
was
side
a
was open.
one-walled house.
And that killed her?
She died in one of those winters, yeah.
She died of humiliation when the Bridge Club came over. They'll make fun of her. Wait a minute, it wasn't even a one-walled house.
Just protect you from the wind is all it does.
Well, I guess like a round tent would technically be one wall. Because it would never quite end.
Getting into philosophy with Serenity here.
Ned.
All right, where does the tent begin?
Ned is 15. Ned?
Yeah, I was just calling to tell you guys, listen to this show a lot. Just makes my life feel, a whole lot better. Listen to everyone else's problems. It's really great.
I feel like hell if it makes you feel any better too, Ned. Oh, you have a question?
No, just
No.
thank you guys.
Okay. Well, thanks for listening, Ned. We do appreciate that. Joanne, you're 26 years old.
Yeah, my question was about safe sex in the porn industry, but you seem to have answered it currently. What I wanted to know, though, is how widespread is safe sex?
How widespread is what?
Well, the condom use in the porn industry.
Well, it varies. I mean, our company is all condoms, so obviously 100% condom use within our own movies. We also have a policy
Not for the oral sex, though, right?
We haven't used a lot of condoms for oral sex, but do keep in mind that we also have a mandatory PCR testing, which apparently is a DNA testing of the blood. Right, like they read far into the blood to make sure that you don't have the HIV virus.
Drew, what about this PCR testing?
It's polymerase chain reaction, and it's a sort of a way of amplifying DNA in the blood, and it's more sensitive than the antibody testing right now.
So what you're saying is with that test, you can find that you don't have to wait 6 months or...
Right.
I think it's a 30-day.
Right, it's sooner.
From 30 days ago.
So everyone just keeps getting checked?
Every 30 days. Absolutely.
Oh.
Plus, I personally use Naloxone 9 just to give an added kick if it does anything.
Does that do anything?
If it does anything.
If it does anything. I don't know. They haven't proven it, but it can't hurt, in my opinion.
You just take a mouthful of that before the oral sex?
Well, I'm very careful. I mean, if I have any type of cut, I really have to look for this. This is what I do for a living. If I have any type of cut, any type of sore, I don't do oral sex.
Yeah, that penis is like a truck driver should check that out. Like he checks his truck. You know what I mean? Go kick the tires, walk it around.
What we do.
Check the brakes.
We do.
You know what I mean? That's your living.
Mm-hmm.
That's your livelihood.
We have to look at each other.
Know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's a guy who played in the major leagues for a while. He was an outfielder. He only had one arm, and he used to catch the ball with one hand, obviously with the glove on it. Take the glove and the ball, slide it under his arm. I think, what's his name did this? It was a major league player just a couple of years ago. It was a pitcher who did this. Was it Edmonds? What? Jim Abbott, right. He, one movement, man. Pow. One arm, one glove, ball coming out, boom, throwing it with the hand. And that's what these guys do with the condoms now.
Come on. Now, if
Penis comes out, condom goes flying off, sperm flying everywhere.
If you know how to properly put on a condom,
right,
to do it in the right way and not some kind of halfway, then you know how to properly take it off.
Yeah, but they do it fast, and they get the timing down. See what I'm saying,
Yeah,
Drew?
the timing has to be there.
But Drew, what about safe sex? I mean, the guy pulls the condom up, and then the sperm's flying everywhere. That's safe sex?
Well, it doesn't say everywhere.
Oh, man, it seems to be going a lot of different directions. You know what I'm saying, Drew?
Why do you keep looking at me for these answers? You guys seem to be doing just fine by yourself.
I want to know what the answer is. You're a doctor. Okay,
you have to be careful of where the placement is.
There you go. All right.
Serenity?
Yes.
Get paid danger money?
Excuse me, say that again?
Get paid danger money.
Do I get paid
like
danger money?
Hazardous pay?
I guess that would be my salary in general now, wouldn't it?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Well, what does a woman make in your position? I mean, for a year's contract, for instance. You don't have to say what you make exactly, but what can you pull down?
It's an absolutely decent amount.
All right.
I mean, I could live off of that salary alone.
Okay.
Very comfortably.
$100,000 a year?
Well, I can't give you exact amounts.
Well, let's not talk about you. Let's just say.
Well, see, I only know me pretty much.
You must know some of the other numbers floating around.
I know, kind of where I place.
Right. Okay. Let's
in the rankings.
Let's just say you're not the world's biggest adult feature star, but people know who you are. I'm not you. Just say one.
Say one. Okay.
You're no Seika, but you're not. You're not just breaking in. Is Seika still working, Drew? No.
She made a movie.
Really?
3 years ago.
Yeah.
3 or 4 years ago.
It's called Shoot Me. I'm 70.
That was for another company.
So the point is what do you make? 100?
Yeah, I'm 70.
100, let's say between like 100, 150. Is it under 100? Is it 70?
I guess that wouldn't be too far off.
Yeah, maybe like 125, 150.
It's in the area. And then you have to also keep in mind that we also have a lot of extracurricular work.
Right.
Not probably what you're thinking right this
bachelor
moment.
Parties.
No, but, I mean...
The dancing.
Headline in the clubs.
This club
magazine shoots.
This is where all the money's made, Drew. That's why I'm going to get into this as soon as I shave my ass. Get into this dancing because what happens is people know them. It's like the whole contract they make. It's like if you're playing in the NBA and you didn't have a big contract, but you had a bunch of shoe endorsements. That's
Right.
where the real money comes pouring in.
True.
And you travel, and like what can you make at one of these clubs? You go all over the country, right?
Well, you could. I don't have a lot of time to do that.
Right.
I mean, I have one coming up in New York this week on Long Island, but other than that, I don't have any bookings.
And you're there for a week, or?
I'm actually there, what was it, Thursday through Saturday. So 3 days.
3 days.
I believe it's 3 shows a night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
And what can you bring down for something like that?
Depends on the area, but I mean, you have a certain rate that you get paid.
Yeah.
To enter into the building, if you will, and for performance,
and
fee. Then whatever your tips.
And what can you make tips on a good Saturday night?
If you're in a really good area, I mean, you for say 15-minute show up on stage, I mean, you can bring in hundreds.
Really?
But if you're in a not so,
right, affluent area,
right, you could make nothing. I mean, it's possible for you to make nothing.
Okay, and
or a quarter. I mean, this is possible. It's tips.
Right. Right. Okay. Well, that's a life, Matt.
Yes.
You're 29.
I am.
What do you want?
Wanted to give some anecdotal evidence about the effects of ecstasy.
Right.
Because I had done ecstasy from about 85 until about 89, and got clean then and got into a program and got my stuff together. But up until that point, I was doing a bunch, dealing it in nightclubs, and it actually lowered my IQ 35 points.
Permanently, or while you were under the influence?
It took about 6 years for it to start to come back up.
Drew, when you say under the influence, you don't mean high
still
on
affected
it.
by it, yeah.
Still, like in the midst of your use.
No, this lasted for about 6 years afterwards.
Not only that, how about your thinking?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it affects cognitive skills.
No, but how about
I would actually get lost on the way home.
Right. Disorganized thinking. What about the kinds of thoughts you were having?
It certainly affects your judgment.
I mean, the people that are using that amount of X. And by the way, those are not the really bad stories. This is the predictable outcome of heavy ecstasy exposure: is extreme paranoia, a lot of disorganization of thought, and real difficulty connecting with people. Very detached and distrustful.
Yeah.
And you can. We know it's a neurotoxin. We know it damages brain. Fortunately, a lot of this stuff is reversible, as you found. But boy, is this a dangerous drug.
Do you see this popping up in the industry, Serenity?
I haven't.
You haven't?
No, not at all.
No? How about the Viagra?
I've heard of a few people using that.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it would work.
Yeah.
It would definitely be in their interest.
Ever notice a difference? Like, hey, this guy's hopped up.
I don't... using Viagra?
Yeah.
I don't think I've actually worked with a guy that's used Viagra.
Sure. You haven't? All right.
I don't think so.
Well, how would she know?
Because usually, you're on a closed set. I mean, you could pretty much know what the other people are doing.
Yeah, he's got a little extra skip in his step, Penis a little bit stiffer. You know what I mean?
That's not Viagra.
Sex a little longer. Huh? You know what I mean? He's got a little more, he bites her neck a little harder. You know what I'm talking about?
That's not Viagra.
What is it?
I don't know. It's not Viagra.
What is it?
Lust.
I don't know.
What's Viagra do?
Viagra just gives somebody a normal erection and just sustains it. Doesn't do anything to desire.
Yeah, but what? Wait a minute. What do you mean it doesn't do anything to desire?
That's what I mean.
Well, why are they experimenting with giving women Viagra?
Because in women they found that it might do
that's different.
It might in women.
Listen, I've talked to a guy or two who's functions normally.
Yeah.
And got hold did a little experiment with Viagra, and got him going.
Ray and Chris again?
No. I'm not going to embarrass the guy over the air, but you know what I mean?
Jimmy?
What's he needed for? No. You know what I'm saying? No, I've never tried it.
No, would you, though?
I guess. I don't know. My penis behaves perfectly as it is. Tell it to whatever I want to
roll
do.
over.
That's most of the guys, though, in the industry.
Play dead.
They already know how to...
I'm saying, Drew, if you're a healthy, young, virile guy who has no erectile difficulty and you pop one of these, I think it's going to make you a little edgier. It's going to make you a little more excited. It's going to make you a little more amorous.
Not there. All it does is change blood supply.
All right. Well, maybe it's just a site. Maybe it's just a
the site of the erection gets.
Nick.
Yeah.
No, I was going to say, maybe it's just a sort of placebo effect, you know?
Yeah.
What's going on, Nick?
Oh, first off, I wanted to, Dr. Drew, I wanted to thank you a lot, man. I mean, you have no idea how many thousands of people you're helping out with this.
Well, thanks,
I mean,
Nick.
And, Adam, you really make what Dr. Drew say. He doesn't really make any sense until you explain it.
Yeah. But imagine what it's like when I'm not with him.
I wanted to ask you a question after I asked Dr. Drew this question, but, why can't I say your name now? Serenity.
Yes.
I have no idea how many men you make happy. But, my question is,
I hope so.
Well, I can tell you at least 8 in the anal orgy scene of, what the hell's that one?
Well, they're not all
Chris?
guys. They were
really?
too.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to say, though, I've got a girlfriend, and, we haven't really had actual intercourse yet.
Yeah.
But, when we do other things, it's really, difficult because it's like I can't, her vagina's like incredibly tight.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid I'm gonna like hurt her or, cause damage or something.
Sure.
Because we've been talking about, and I'm, afraid I'm gonna cause, some sort of damage,
No.
If I can do that.
No, you can't.
I can't.
I can't either.
It's specially designed.
Oh, okay.
But but you might cause discomfort or pain.
It's like one of those unbreakable combs, right?
Yeah, but
But you want to make sure that she's lubed or excited or something, because you can rip.
Or not anxious, and if she's nervous, not ready to do this yet, those muscles will spasm and it will hurt her. It will be uncomfortable to her, maybe cause pain. Not harm her, though.
Yeah.
You're right? You're losing it again.
I'm not in good shape here, Drew. And,
I can see that.
It worries me because that means I got to rely on you. I don't know what that means.
I'm fine.
I know, but even when you're 100%, you know what I mean? It's still pretty bad, right?
Yeah, nobody will understand what I'm saying or for you.
Right. All right. Well, Serenity's here. I'm getting bad again.
Uh-oh.
I don't feel good.
Don't lean towards me.
Okay. Who are you going to talk to? Break?
Oh,
Jessica. Jessica's 17. Boyfriend dared her to mount the parking brake. She did. Now she's bleeding.
Let's go to break.
Is it serious? Is she got on top of the parking?
I don't know. This is Ann. This is an Ann question. Ann goes, take number 2.
All right, we'll get to that after this. Man, there's my Thin Lizzy song again. Serenity is our guest tonight. Serenity is, she's an adult film star. She will be in an episode of Household Hints with adult film stars. That'll be tomorrow night on The Man Show. Hey, it's my show, 10:30 on Comedy Central right after South Park there. You going to go home and watch yourself tomorrow night?
I'm hoping to catch it, but I'm actually traveling tomorrow, so I don't know if I will or not.
Uh-huh.
So I'll have to have somebody tape it for me.
You're going to be doing some dancing?
Yeah, I'm heading tomorrow to New York.
Uh-huh.
Long Island.
Yeah, Long Island. Hey, Long Island's not bad.
I've never been to Long Island. I've been to New York, but not Long Island.
Long Island's kind of nice.
Is it?
Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
When?
Yeah.
Cousin Sal lives there, Jimmy's cousin. Been there a few times. It's nice. Nice little suburb. Yeah. It's not what... you think it's worse when you're out here. You don't. No one wants to go to hell to Long Island in New York, but Long Island's nice.
We actually have clubs there, huh?
Yeah. Don't pack too many money sacks. So. I know a few of those guys. You could get hit with a roll of nickels or something halfway in there.
Ow.
Jessica?
Yes.
All right. So you're 17. Yes. Tell your story to us.
Well, yesterday my boyfriend and I were in the car, and we were playing a little truth or dare game, and he dared me to mount the parking brake. So I did, because, you have to take the dare.
Sure.
And,
hey, listen.
Yeah.
If Susie mounted the parking brake, would that mean you would... Oh, wait, I'm trying to work that one into one of those stories. Not working? No.
What?
Hey, what do you mean mount?
Like, get on it, stick it between my legs sort of thing.
Right. But,
yes.
Keep your underpants on?
No, they were off. Like, get on the thing.
I mean, put the thing in you?
Yes.
Why did you do that?
Well, I was sort of curious myself, so
Curious about what?
about how it would feel. So I did it.
What about the windshield wiper? That didn't pique any curiosity for you?
No, just
No?
a break.
Just a parking brake?
It's only for me. So I did it, and then the first time it didn't hurt very much, and then I was like, hey, that felt good. So I went to go do it again,
But
and
No. Hey, Jessica?
yeah.
Yeah, now we don't believe you.
What?
We don't believe you.
Felt good?
No, we don't believe you that you, it felt good, I want to go do it again.
Did it again. Well,
No. Huh? We don't believe you now.
well, are you going to listen to my story? Are you going to answer my question?
I don't think so, no.
Let me finish my story, for heaven's sake, please.
No, because
Why? Because it's BS.
No, I'm so telling the truth.
How could anyone be that stupid?
Because it felt good.
No.
No, bleeding.
No, but how'd the parking brake feel good? German car?
Yeah.
You can't.
No.
Hold on a second. Let me, hold on. I'll try something real fast. What kind of car was it?
It's a Jetta. You want to talk to my boyfriend?
Yeah,
No, he worked it out with you.
Yeah, you worked it out. All right. Drew, what should you do?
I don't know.
Just go to the doctor?
Yes.
Go to a mechanic or the doctor?
There's no question.
She got a little Farfignugan.
There's no question. Bizarre story doesn't make sense. Not the way people.
Oh, yeah, the question is she's bleeding now.
If she... Oh, yeah, I can't even deal with this tonight.
You can't? What's wrong with you? Damn it, Drew, why can't I get sick for a change? Look at you. Why are you always falling apart? Why don't you toe the line for a change?
The fact that maybe she ruptured the hymen with that.
What hymen? Any girl that jumps on a parking brake doesn't have a hymen.
And maybe she tore something when she did. Obviously, she needs to get an evaluation. It's
a psychological evaluation might be in order, too.
My point was going to be is that she's had some cortical damage somewhere along the way, and that's much more serious in this setting.
Serenity, anyone ever do anything weird to you, like when you're making a porn movie? You know what I mean?
When I'm making a porn movie?
Yeah, call you something you didn't like, or, hit you with their penis or something. You ever, any weird stories?
No, actually, I don't really have too many weird stories.
Nothing?
I mean, I pick people I like to work with.
Yeah.
I'm pretty open about certain things.
No guy smelled really bad or anything?
No. I
Really?
pick really good quality
Pick the good
guys.
smelling guys?
Yeah, of course. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, it wouldn't work out with us. Christy? No. Christy's sleeping. Wait a minute. Christy's been on hold for 6 minutes.
Flate. There she is.
Hi, I'm sorry.
Okay. Wow. That was easy. Did you fall asleep?
Yeah, I was reading something.
Christy, you've been on hold for 6 minutes and 24 seconds.
Yes. Well, I don't ask. I'm really out of it.
Okay.
Okay, well, anyways.
How do you call her? I mean, I listen, we have people who call this show that are on hold for like 118 minutes.
I was on hold for an hour and a half last night.
Oh, we never got to you?
No.
Okay. Fine, you're on hold for an hour and a half, but you didn't fall asleep. You're on hold for 5 minutes, you fell asleep. You just like called the radio station and then went to bed.
Well, she gave up on you already.
Okay.
All right, I understand.
My question for you guys is, I have a friend who's 14 now, and her boyfriend's name is Jerry, and she has decided, like, she was trying to hide something from me. I was like, what are you hiding from me? And she's like, nothing. And I'm like, well, what is that? And she's like, it's nothing. And so finally I asked her, and she finally tells me
Parking brake?
that it what?
No.
It's the pill. And I'm like, well, why are you taking the pill? She's like, well, my doctor gave it to me. I'm like, well, you don't need the pill. You're not going to have sex anytime soon. She's like, well, actually, I was planning on having sex. And I'm like, when? She's like, on my boyfriend's birthday. And I'm like, well, when's that? And she's like, July 23rd. I'm like, that's at camp. So she plans on losing her virginity at 14 and having it at camp.
At least she's being prepared.
Yeah, that's true.
I share your concern, Christy, but at least she's preparing for it.
She's
admitting that's what she's going to do if she planned to.
Where's she going to be? Do you have to smuggle him into camp?
No, he goes there. I mean, it's a Jewish camp.
Oh, boy. I'll tell you. Moses would be crying his eyes out if
A lot
he
of
could see
things.
this.
Like, she's given out blowjobs and all this stuff, and I didn't believe her, so she came back with some like, jizz in her mouth.
Oh, my Christy.
For me and goes, here, look. I was like,
What's going on? What is going on with you goddamn kids? Maybe she just blew a squirrel or something. I mean, you don't know where she went.
Oh, my God.
Well, like she said to me...
Hold on a second.
Well, that makes it better.
I got to regroup here.
I'm telling you, I'm losing it tonight.
This show's really starting to disturb me. Can't we do a show on cooking or something? Or I swear to God, I could really do like a home improvement type show.
Yeah.
You'd be down with that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Medical advice.
Sure.
And
woodworking.
Okay. New show, Ann. Write this down. You know what we call it? House calls. House calls.
There you go.
A doctor.
There you go.
And a journeyman carpenter get together. House calls.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
We take calls about the house and about how you're feeling physically.
Keep talking about it. I'm feeling so much better now.
Drew talks about nothing sexual, just, ailments, arthritis, things like that, skin, rashes and all that. Meanwhile, I troubleshoot, you got a door that's
European
dragging,
hinges.
you got a floor that's squeaking, you got a European hinge that's popped off of its face frame mount.
Oh, thank you.
This is a show. Little classical music at the beginning.
Oh, yes.
House calls.
I'm huge.
I'm general contractor Adam Carolla, and Dr. Drew's is board-certified physician. Oh, that is a good show. Tonight, our guest is porn star Serenity.
Well, I'm fixing up my house. I can lay tile.
I bet you
I can lay tile.
See, everything
Takes me a little bit longer.
Everything's a double entendre when it comes from an adult film star.
Oh, you just have a dirty mind.
You have laying tile. All right, so Christy.
Yeah.
We share your concern about your friend, okay?
Well, it's just like she has...
She's out of control.
Okay.
She's out of control. You're not. You're fine. We're talking to you tonight. So, your friend has got her own issues. I don't know what's going on with her, why she's behaving.
...in her hands, and she's like, well, this guy's 18. I'm like, he's 18. She's like, yeah, well, I'm thinking about him, and I'm not sure who I'm in love with. I'm like, you can't be in love. You're 14.
Okay,
you're right.
Christy, you're right.
You're fine.
Why don't you have a conversation with her?
We've already tried.
All right, well then, you know what?
You
dump her. That's it, everybody.
Well, you don't dump her, but
Sure
that's all
you
you
do.
can do. That's all you can do.
That's all you can do.
I know, but part of the way you define a friendship is by the person's actions. I mean, if the person is doing something that you disagree with, let's just say, let's just say the person's a horrible racist, and you don't agree with that.
Yes.
And they go, and you tell them, hey, you really shouldn't be acting this way, and then they continue acting that way, or they beat their cat, or they do whatever the hell they do that you don't agree with or condone or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's all right to move on.
Well,
because
no, I mean, but
I'm
at the
fine
same
with
time,
that. I wouldn't want to hang out with
to be
someone.
a friend, right? And say you have a friend that's an alcoholic.
Right.
You don't agree. You can't be around it for whatever reason. They've just really pushed you to the edge. You just can't be around it. But yet you don't give up on, like, if they come back and say, I'm really trying.
Yeah,
if they need help.
Sure. When they're in their recovery, that's fine. But when they're in their disease, get out.
Yeah, I mean, you don't necessarily want to be around that, but you want to still be there for them if they are ready to come back.
Potentially, yes. You want to be available if they turn things around.
That's different from being dumped.
Yes. Okay.
God, you don't have many friends, do you?
Yeah, it's like, no, I do. They're all healthy.
They're all in recovery.
No, I do. I don't hang around idiot. If you're an idiot, I don't want to hang around you. I don't even begin.
That.
And that's how it is. And a lot of them fall by the wayside because they do things that I disagree with. But then that's all right. There's plenty more who...
Yeah, absolutely. There's plenty more people.
That's right. Robert?
Hello.
You're 31.
5 or 6 weeks ago, I heard the two of you talking about, and I think it was Dr. Drew that this number actually came out of, that 90% of the strippers, people who work in the sex business, have been sexually molested. Now, it certainly has made me rethink my relationship to pornography and stripping, and it definitely, and Adam, I think you said, took the wind out of your sails or kind of ruined it for you. So, my question is, and with all due respect to Serenity, is is she one of the 10% that wasn't?
I don't know.
Serenity. Where?
She was 13 and she slept with a, 24-year-old guy?
Molested. I'm the one that went after him.
No.
Yeah, but that...
I'm talking about somebody who works in the business and that they had been, and by working in the business, this in some way, that they're now that trauma, that early childhood trauma, or whatever it was, is now manifesting itself by working in the sex business.
Well, what we know for sure is that kids that are exploited, young children exploited, the men tend to become victimizers. They tend to become exploitative of women, and women tend to use their sexuality to gain power over men. That is for sure what happens.
Okay.
You mean when you were a victim of...
some sort of sexual abuse, or even physical abuse.
My question more precisely then is, do you only have the 10% that weren't victimized early?
I don't think so, no. You mean on our show? Yeah. Oh, I don't know how many adult films... I mean, we've probably had 3 in the last 2 years or something. Maybe, right?
Yeah.
So it's not... it's not something we make a habit out of. Serenity's here because she's doing a show that I'm doing tomorrow night. And
sure,
and I'm fun to plug.
And
no, I understand. Yeah, and she's fascinating too. I mean, she would have been here anyway. Listen, hold on a second, Robert. I know what Robert is saying, and I agree, and I do think. See, here's what I think. I think a large percentage of women in the sort of sex industry had a less than desirable upbringing, and that can be degrees. It could be all out. I mean, their uncle could have bossed them for 5 years, or there could have just been some neglect, or a little verbal abuse, a little physical abuse. But the worse the abuse, the greater the chance of them getting into the industry is, I think.
Now what I would disagree with is that I've seen, because I've been stripping for a long time, and it seemed like towards the beginning of my career, which was some years ago, that tended to be a little bit more true. Like, it was kind of less than desirable people in some aspect would be stripping.
Well, it's just people that had some trauma in their past.
But as time went on, it did become very mainstream. I mean, it became very acceptable to be a stripper for whatever reason.
Interesting.
And we saw a lot of college-bound students that found an easy way to make money.
But,
I mean, what I'm saying is you had more and more normal people coming in.
Well, don't get me or who the hell is that, Robert or Drew, wrong. It's not really about like intelligence or IQ.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about some type of
college
disturbance.
bound. I just mean
it's less antisocial
than it was.
Right.
But it still is people acting out issues of power.
Possibly.
And powerlessness.
Possibly. But that's not 100%.
It's not 100%.
It's 90%.
It's a big number.
Do you think so?
It's high. Yeah, it is. I mean, you were 13. You had a 24-year-old boyfriend.
Oh, God.
That's pretty screwed
but
up.
I was masturbating at age 5. I was kind
that's
of.
That's what we're talking about.
But that's a sign of aggression. And you mentioned that you hate your dad at age 2.
Well, I didn't hate him. I did not recognize him because he was away.
And
he was at war.
And you said when the words
I would cry.
The words you used when he came home.
He thought I hated him. He had a hard time when he first came home from the war because his daughter hated him. That's what he thought. Obviously, I didn't recognize him. I didn't know who he was. There's a strange man all of a sudden in my life.
Right.
You know? Me and my mom.
Any sexual abuse, anything like that?
Absolutely. A normal family. Went to church every Sunday.
Really?
Mom and Dad stayed together. Had 2 more kids.
Really? What do they do?
My father is actually an entrepreneur and an owner of his own business, and my mom was...
Other kids, your siblings.
Other kids.
Oh, my kids. Their kids. My sister is actually an insurance agent, although although that is not what she's aspiring to be. She is college educated, and she's actually an artist.
All right.
But she's afraid to make the drop as a starving artist.
Right.
You know. My brother is a computer whiz. Programming, the typical Generation X stuff.
All right. We're going to take a break. Drew, you want to work her while I go to the bathroom?
No, because I got to go to the bathroom.
Oh, you do?
Me.
All right, we'll go devise a plan.
Someone rescue me.
Get some information out of Serenity. All right, listen, Serenity, I believe you, but 13-year-olds dating 24-year-olds.
I know, it was very abnormal.
Very abnormal.
Very abnormal.
And there's something driving that.
Oh, I don't know.
That's all I'm saying.
I think you're reading too far into it.
I don't know. 13 and 24. And you went out with the guy for a couple of years?
Yeah.
Yeah. And where were your folks? And they know you're dating a 24-year-old?
They did, but I was pretty independent. I mean, at that point, I was already starting to make my own paychecks. I was a ballerina.
Ooh. Eating disorder?
I was very thin, but I did not have an eating disorder. But I was very thin.
Thin from?
I would be dancing 8 to 10 hours a day. I could eat everything. Sundays, steaks, mashed potatoes, and it would just fall.
Fall right into the toilet.
Oh, please.
Not through the backside either.
I couldn't.
All right, we'll take a little break. Drew, you got enough? You all right?
Yeah, I'm
okay. Serenity's here. We'll be back after this.
Loveline, we'll be right back. Loveline, we'll be right back.
Right, 10:30 on Comedy Central. Doing a nice job with her household hint. Very nice job acting. Looks good. We shot all of those on film. We lit them right. They really, they're flattering.
They did a good job with that.
Yeah.
The styling and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. It really,
Absolutely.
it looks great. And you haven't seen yours? You haven't seen that one
No,
before?
I have seen mine.
You've seen both of them?
I've seen, both of my skits.
Okay.
They came out really good.
Yeah. John?
Yes.
You're 21?
Yes.
What's going on?
This question's for Serenity. Does the size of the penis really matter?
Yes, absolutely. I prefer small to medium.
Small to medium, what's that? Maybe 4 to 6?
Well, small would be like anything small. And then medium would be I don't know. I never actually took out a measuring tool.
Really?
A ruler, but,
Do you pick the guys by their penis size?
I will not pick someone who has a large manhood.
Like large is like 9?
I guess. It depends on girth, too. I mean, it's just kind of like the overall thing.
You don't want that can of corn in there. Believe me. Man, it still hurts.
I'm a certain size, and there's a certain size that feels good and a certain size that just doesn't pleasure me.
Yeah, but I thought part of being an adult film star is to sort of, bite the bullet a little bit
and take it.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Well, I only do things that I enjoy.
Oh, right. I can see we won't be a couple.
Go ahead, huh?
I don't have to judge it first.
Hey, John?
Yeah.
Why? You just curious?
Yeah. I mean, I'm a rather hung guy, I guess.
Sure.
Oh, that's okay.
That's fine.
There's plenty of people that like that.
Because I have a girlfriend, and she says it hurts, Like, it just hurts her. But,
Well, maybe you're being too rough.
Maybe
you need to be a little softer.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't you...
I don't know if I'm hurting her. Like, I'm hitting the back sometimes.
Uh-huh. Well, maybe you're thrusting too deep.
Yeah. Why don't you let her get on top there, John? Listen, all the guys who are really, doing damage with the penis, it's not because of the penis. It's because of what the ass that the penis is attached to, literally and figuratively. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You want to take it slow. You want to do a little foreplay. You want to get out of lube. You want to get her on top. You want to have a glass of wine. Let her set the pace. You getting worked up, by the way, when you hear me talk this way, Serenity?
Well, I guess if it was done, less technically.
Yeah. Okay. You find me attractive at all?
Sure.
What about... Oh, really?
Actually, I like Dr. Drew better. I like the older guys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's true. I can't help it.
You like that wrinkled ass.
Gray hair.
I like gray hair.
What?
I do.
But what about the fact, I'm the star, I got the TV show and, I get the office, I'm hiring and stuff. Is that attractive?
Is that attractive? I judge it totally by personality, not by power.
Listen, I didn't bust my ass so people could judge by personality. You understand, sister? Jesus Christ. Now everyone's judges by personality. Where were they when I was swinging a hammer? It was all about the car you drove.
He's having a power play now.
No, but... Okay. Nothing, host the show and do all that, like producer and everything, that doesn't warm your cockles at all?
Does it make me lustful? No.
Yeah. All right, is there anyone listening who would be lustful because of my position now? Simon?
Yeah.
You're 24.
You got it. Anyway, basically... Actually, I got 3 little questions. My first question is for Dr. Drew. I'm wondering if he's got a phone number for somebody I could call so I can quit smoking.
Zyban, the people that make the Welcome Glaxo company. That's what number they have.
What you can't buy that over the counter, can you?
No, I just ask go to local pharmacy and ask them if they have the Zyban stop smoking kits. They have numbers in there.
All right, it's as easy as this, Drew. I'll be the pharmacist. Ask me if you have Zyban.
Do you have Zyban?
You get back in line, round eye!
Goodness.
Well, by the way, my website went up.
Shut up! You don't understand!
Hey, my website went up to drdrew.com, and it looks pretty cool. I'm going to make you see it.
No, I won't see that.
Cool.
Simon?
And your website, too.
All right, so
shut up, Adam.
You said Zyban.
I didn't say anything. I just wanted somebody I can talk to quit smoking.
Zyban.
Yeah. How about talking to your doctor about it, Simon?
Okay.
All right, and get the nicotine. The combination of nicotine patches with Zyban has been shown to be extremely effective. And the one thing I've noticed in terms of treating people for nicotine dependence is you got to be sure, you got to be clear that you're ready to stop. You got to be really ready to stop.
What's the next question?
Next question is, okay, my bedroom window lines up with my neighbor's bedroom, and they just moved in about a month ago, and I noticed the lovely young lady, she's about 28, noticed that she kind of tends to get dressed in her room and, well, been taking a look on occasion.
Right.
Well, the other night, I decided to pull out the camera.
Right.
Took a couple of nice shots, and yesterday I heard some arguing. I kind of look out the window, and the husband was in there. Now, keep in mind, a couple days ago when I took the shots, it was, the two of them porking.
Oh, they were having sex?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And, well, when I heard them arguing, I pull out the camera and just kind of sitting there watching, and eventually he just started pounding the hell out of her. And I ended up taking some pictures of that. And kind of my question is, where can I go with this? Mainly because...
Look, next time you see that, just call the police.
See, my brother, I talked to him about it, and he called the police. They came out, and they didn't do anything because they didn't have any proof. She wouldn't say anything, and he said everything's fine. We just had an argument.
Look, until she's ready to step up about that, your pictures aren't going to make a difference anyway.
Well, it's like Rear Window.
Yeah, and it's it's not right for him to be peeping on people that way.
Yeah, but maybe he's got the proof.
If he kills her.
By the way, hold on. Here, what proof? You're taking a picture through a window,
right.
And you know what you're going to have a picture of? It's going to look like I'm putting my hand on your shoulder.
Right.
I mean, the guy's going to look at the picture and go, "Listen, I was telling her to walk this way or whatever." I mean, unless you're holding
a knife or something,
battle axe or something over your head, it's not going to look like anything, is it?
Right. I don't know, but
okay.
The point is,
listen,
law enforcement
and listen, unless she's pressing charges, probably nothing's going to happen anyway.
That's absolutely true.
Great. Oh, let me tell you.
Look at Fletch, who nearly killed us in here.
Cops in there, right? Hey, listen, if I had neighbors that were getting in this domestic stuff, I'd just hire a drifter to kill them. I wouldn't put up with that for a second. Pots and pans, breaking glass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can you imagine having a couple of neighbors going at it?
Awful.
Oh, that's why. Oh, okay. We'll take a little break. We'll be back after this. Yeah. Serenity, give your website out, would you?
My website would be wickedgirl.com.
Wait, that's Drew's. No.
Drew.com. But again, tell about yours. I shouldn't think the...
medical advice, same thing, right?
Well, no, I'm going to have people... I want advice on how to build mine, too. We're still developing it right now.
Quiet down.
We should link. We should link. That way they can come, have fun, and then go get the medical advice.
Drew's will bore yours.
Oh,
yours
no, I don't
leave the
think
party.
So.
Listen, Serenity is wickedgirl.com.
Wickedgirl.com.
All right, tune into that. Drew, you can plug yours tomorrow night.
All right.
Serenity won't be here. Also, Man Show. You can see her tomorrow, 10:30, Comedy Central. I may be on it, too. So, until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
This has been Loveline. The views expressed on Loveline are not necessarily those of the staff, the management, or the sponsors of this radio station. And are probably not the views of Westwood One Entertainment. Loveline is produced by Ann Wilkins Ingle. Now, please listen to this station longer.